Hey guys, Cyndi Williams, Wanderlust CEO, here this morning with my friend Cheryl McGlynn from Carry on the Magic. Cheryl, you are a Wanderlust CEO graduate. How does it feel? I gotta get the confetti
Oh
out.
my gosh, so amazing. So amazing. It was a lot of work, but here we are.
It is. So and you started in our Careers on Vacation program, and then you took our year-long mastermind to really grow your own agency. Talk to us a little bit about where you were before doing Wanderlust CEO and where your business is now.
So I started with Careers on Vacation. I had already had a little bit of, I was with a host agency. And I had it was me and one other person. And I have a heart for leading. And I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it well. We had booked a whole whopping $20,000 in sales before I joined Wanderlust CEO, and I had one agent. And now I am 29 agents, amazing agents. We are on track to be earmarked with Disney. Yep.
That's
And
amazing.
I'm so excited. And as you know, I got the $1 Million Club, and we did almost 2 million in our first year, and we are projected to double that, if not more,
Oh my
this year.
gosh, so many wins. What do you feel like has been your biggest win or celebration? Obviously, getting ready to be earmarked. I know we were just talking before in the green room before the show went live. Cheryl's going down to Disney next week for
Next
a
week.
special training event, right? When you're on track to get earmarked, that's what they start doing with you guys, just so you know. And huge sales going from kind of leaving that host environment, starting your own thing, and then now starting to build a top performing team. But I know you have one more really big one. What do you feel like has been your biggest celebration since taking the program?
My plan was to leave the corporate world out in about 3 years, and I actually left in less than it was just over a year. I left on March
Yay!
31st. I'm no longer in the corporate world. Whew.
How does that feel? Just having, knowing that was your big goal. And I think, didn't we have you like write your resignation letter
Yeah,
and just stick
I
it in a
broke,
drawer, like when we were mapping out your goals?
and I kept pushing it and pushing it. I'm like, I have it. It's in my drawer. And then I did it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is the best feeling. I can focus on my business. And it was really hard because as you know, I had a full-time job managing a lot of people. I had an agency that was growing rapidly, and I do a little other stuff on the side. And it was just, I had no work-life balance. And now I have work-life balance. I am traveling so much over the next 3 months.
Yeah, because you
And
don't have to ask anyone for approval
I
anymore, right?
got the husband. I'm like, hey, I'm going here. Okay. Yep.
I love that so much. Yeah, that's mine too, right? Like I gotta negotiate with the hubs because we still have kiddos, right? They're
Yeah.
still in school. But no, I love it's just the freedom I think of kind of moving from that stage, especially when it was such a big goal and you had said 3 years, but to accomplish it so much earlier, it just shows like, and here's the thing, guys, if you're watching this video, you'll know when the time is right. You don't have to do it and it feels super risky. Like Cheryl knows exactly how much commission is clearing the next few months. She knew when it was time to make that transition where it wouldn't feel burdensome to her. And although it's scary to leave that safety net of corporate, like once you put your time and effort towards your own company, like look what Cheryl did while she had a full-time job. She just retired like in the last 30 days. So now imagine what her sales are going to be. I can't. I'm just really excited about the future for you. So one of the things when we help you in Wanderlust CEO is we actually kind of train your new hires for you through the travel professional training kit. So when someone works in our program, they get a done for you third-party training kit. So all of their trainees can go through consistent training to help them kind of get performing faster. How did TPTK help you as you were scaling your team of almost 30 now?
Oh my gosh. It was amazing. It helps them have the confidence. All mine, I have 3 experience and the rest are all newbies. They're fabulous newbies. But it gave them the confidence to launch themselves and feel like I can do this. They're more independent. They know where to find the stuff. I've asked them for feedback on the the travel TPTK, and
Yep.
they're like, this helps a lot. And they come back with a couple questions, and then the Facebook group on top of it. and they got a couple sessions with some of the experts in the Facebook group. And it's the confidence. It really does. It helps them through that customer journey where I'm teaching it too, but they're feeling more confident because I'm reinforcing what was there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the biggest thing when we were trying to put the program together. We said, as a new agency owner, what is the biggest challenge they have? And it really is that first 90 days, the time, effort, energy it takes to train. But also, you guys are hiring contractors. You can't really give them a mandatory training because then you're going to be out of compliance and you don't want to get in trouble that way, right? So having a third party deliver the training and make that available to them allows people to have that consistency when they're kind of getting up and started. And, when we measure it against agencies who do their own thing, or it's kind of all over the place, or they let the ICs kind of put things together, it's way more frustrating for the owner, right? But also we know from a sales perspective that your people are going to perform better because they have that really good foundation. But speaking of TPTK, I think the other thing that when we were mapping out this program that allows you to do, we're working with you as the CEO behind the scenes, right? To say, how do you move from, because you were a great salesperson, but how do we get you into that leadership role? How did that process of going from, you're the only salesperson, or you had one other person in your company, you were doing most of the selling, being able to move from salesperson to CEO, how did the program help you with that jump or that transition?
The mindset was tremendous for me. Getting my mindset that yes, I am the CEO, I am the coach, I am the leader. I don't have to be the top salesperson. I am not the top salesperson by no means in my company. And giving them it, I think it helps. It helped me see that by entrusting my team, they feel more confident, they feel more supported, and they're not going anywhere. They are 100%. I have not run one ad for an agent. It is all my agents talking about our agency on social media, which is huge. It saves me a boatload of money. And I couldn't have done it without the TPTK because of working full time. I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
How am I
for
going to spend the
sure.
time? So that CEO app, I love coaching. That is what I did in my corporate world. And so that piece of it brought me so much joy. And then for me to say, hey, I have this family of 8 that wants to go to Disney. I need help booking this. And I go to that agency and they're like, you trust me? I'm like, I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to be on the calls. I'm going to listen to you. And it just builds that trust and no factor with them. And so, yeah, it was tremendous helping me get my mindset that I need to trust them and I don't need to work my business for sales piece, work on my business instead.
Exactly, because and you hit on such an important point, because a lot people come to us in two stages. They come to us at the beginning, they're like, I want to scale a team, just show me how to do it right, which was your case. Perfect. But then we have the other type of CEO that comes to us and they're like, I already hired 20, I messed everything up. I'm lost. What am I doing? I'm trying to sell everything. My people are all over the place. And that's much harder to back up and fix. It can be done. We do that every day. But what I will say is that first period of time where you're moving from top salesperson to CEO, if you continue to work in your business, that's not fair to your team. You if you can't show up and coach and do the performance management and do the structure that we set up on how to manage performance of your team as they're growing, if you don't put yourself in that leadership role, that is why your agency is stuck and it's not growing. Or if you are making the most sales in your agency, then you have not moved from salesperson to CEO yet. It's about giving you that time and space to make that transition, because if you get your team selling, now you can get into a scalable business model. And I think the new agency owner struggles with that a lot, because it's like that scarcity mentality. I can't possibly let go of my sales because that's the income, but then I'm trying to coach and manage and get this team up to par, right? So I think that the TPTK is another, it's kind of like that crutch as you get in, and creates that environment where your people are taken care of, and then the time you are spending with your team is really productive because it is the performance management stuff, and then you can start to transition over, which is great. So I love that. Now I want to, Cheryl, people that watch these videos, they are either thinking about growing a team, or they're in that second set where they're like, I tried to grow a team and it's not coming together, it's not scaling, or I have a lot of issues in my systems. What would you tell that person who is on the fence and they're thinking about Wanderlust CEO? What would you want them to know now that you've been behind the scenes of the program?
I think it is a commitment, but it is going to make you so much more successful with the fact, just do it. I mean, the mindset, the support that you have, not only from the coaches and the experts and Cyndi, it is just having the you're learning from successful person that has a great foundation, and get that foundation set up. Or if you messed up and you've got it all over the place, I've listened to CEOs that have that, and they are, you can see from week 1 of them joining until week like 6 months in, and they're the peace that has overcome them. For the peace alone, I didn't have that struggle. My struggle was, how am I going to get out of corporate world? That was my struggle. But in the automations and having that support, if I have a question, I could reach out to anybody. Just do it. I mean, doing it on your own is not, you can do it. It will be a mess, and it's going to take you a lot longer. Learn from other people's mistakes, and learn and grow. I'm glad I did it. I mean, I did it right out of COV. So,
I love
that's
it. Yeah, and do you want to have the roadmap, or do you want to kind of go it alone? Right, is kind of the question for yourself, because, like, and you guys know my story. I didn't just come on the scene and have a fantastic agency. I've been in the industry for 30 years, and I was a fantastic salesperson, sold $1 million right out the gate for a company that drove leads, right? But when I started my own agency, I had to go through years of failure after failure until I figured out these systems that we teach in this program today that allow you guys to scale so much faster. So I'll encourage you guys, go visit us at travelschool.com. You can find out all of our information about Wanderlust Campus. What we do for our Wanderlust CEOs is a year-long mastermind. So during your first kind of 3 months, we're getting you launched, set up, getting your process in place, teaching you everything from how to recruit, how to onboard, how to train, how to manage performance, how to automate and market at the agency level, and how to make that transition successfully from salesperson to CEO. And then we are troubleshooting for the rest of the time, making sure that you're scaling your team to whatever degree. And as Cheryl knows, we have people that want to have a boutique agency of 3 or 4 people, and we have ones that are scaling to over 300 now. And so there are different models, just like if you want to be a travel agent, there's different ways to set up your business. Wanderlust CEO can be whatever model you want to set it up as. It could be mega agency, it can be somewhere in between, it can be boutique agency. We will work with you on that. But as Cheryl mentioned, you get to work with all these folks behind the scenes in the mastermind. That's the other beautiful thing, is that your colleagues that are a year ahead or 2 years or 3 years ahead in the program, and just continuing to scale and do a fantastic job. But Cheryl, I am so excited to see what you do in the years to come. You've already had so many amazing accomplishments, but I want to thank you for being on the show today. Any final words for our viewers?
I want to thank you, because I would not be where I am without you. And seriously, if you're thinking about this, just look into it. It is so worth it. And I can't say enough. Thank you. You've changed my world. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love it, Cheryl. Well, you are so welcome. It's my honor, I always say, of my lifetime to help you guys during your origin stories and help you scale these businesses. And every time someone sends that email of like, Cyndi, I just left the corporate world, it's like a celebration around here. And that happens all the time. So you guys really can scale these businesses to whatever level you want, but you need to get the right resources, training, support, and then you can do it a lot faster. Cheryl maybe would have been able to do it in 3 years on her own, but she did it in a year, and now she's living that life that she wants. So kudos to you, Cheryl. And hey, everybody, we'll see you back next week with another amazing success story. Thanks, Cheryl. See you guys next week. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.